Happy anniversary, subscribers!
What?
Yeah, it's the 10-year anniversary of me posting the most terrifying video you'll ever see. That 10-minute whiteboard lecture about climate change that has since accumulated over 13 million views. And I made you a little something to commemorate the occasion.
Ooh, a gift. I like gifts.
Well, it's not so much a gift as a little something. And I've got a suggestion/request for you. Which do you want first?
Give me my present first before you ask me to do something for you.
Okay. It's a new bite-sized little video intended to reframe how the public thinks about climate change. Sort of like I tried with the most terrifying video, but shorter and with a totally new idea, plus professional animation and stuff. It's a collaboration between me and a philosophy professor in England, who approached me because he thinks it would help get us off our collective butt on climate change if we could inject a philosophical principle called the non-naive precautionary principle into the public debate.
Ooh, philosophy. That'll definitely go viral and save the world.
Well, I recognize that he has a simple idea that holds some promise to make inroads into how people think, and could thus help turn the tide toward bold action to fight climate change. It's called Do You Dare the Dragon, and you should check it out. The link is at the end. If you think it has merit, spread the word. Forward it to others, using the suggestions that I'll tell you towards the end of this video.
All right, I'll open my gift later. So what do you want from me?
I think we should try to get the most terrifying video you'll ever see trending again. With most climate indicators getting worse over the last 10 years, and the direness of the models only increasing, and the US recently pulling out of the Paris Climate Agreement, the ideas in the most terrifying video, and the follow-up videos in the How It All Ends series, are clearly more relevant than ever.
But didn't it already have its run? People have already seen it. So sorry, no viral for you.
Actually, I think there's potential for millions of new people to see it, hopefully helping shift the public debate. Listen. The most terrifying video has been online for 10 years now. The view count at first was exponential, viral, then faded over a couple years, popping up again occasionally as people rediscovered the video, and has been dormant for years now. Well, in that intervening time, a whole bunch of new connections on social media have grown, new people to reach. I picture it like a brush fire. A bit of grass, the individual viewer, lighting adjacent bits of grass on fire, forwarding the video, until the fire has consumed all the reachable grass in the landscape and it peters out. A few years later, a bunch more grass has grown, and it's ripe for another wildfire. So I'm asking you to again start forwarding the most terrifying video, or How It All Ends, which I think makes the better argument but clearly didn't have the viral potential that the most terrifying video has.
But what's the big deal about forwarding a video? How is that supposed to address climate change?
Look, at this point the problem is so big that we need big action. Unfortunately, only government policy can create action big enough, and government responds to two things: money and hordes of people demanding something. The money comes from businesses, which respond to the market, which is really, guess what? Hordes of people demanding something. So either way, the hordes have the power. And the way to get hordes of people demanding action is to change the public consciousness about climate change. That's where you come in. As a result of seeing the wild consequences of my videos spreading online over the years, I am now convinced that Joe Schmoes like you and me really can make that change in public consciousness happen.
That seems pretty naive. One person can change the world and all that hippy-trippy stuff.
Well, indulge me in a brief story, which still blows me away. 10 years ago, I wrote, filmed, and edited the most terrifying video all by my lonesome. One person. The next day I posted it on YouTube and wrote the link on the whiteboard of my high school science classroom, inviting my students to check it out and critique the reasoning. That day, 158 students came through my room. I did literally no other promotion of the video. I didn't even email the link to my friends and family. And this was back before Facebook or Twitter or YouTube bloggers were even a thing. And it immediately went viral, amassing 1 million views in a couple months. Not because I'm awesome or the video is awesome. It's just a 10-minute whiteboard lecture for Pete's sake. Yawn. But because I invited people to think, and I explicitly asked them to pass it along. The result of that viral spread showed me that forwarding a video with a novel idea really can have a real impact. I got emails from around the world from people saying that they had been climate skeptics but the video had changed their mind, or they'd changed their lifestyle because of my video, or that the professor had given an assignment based on my video and could I please help with their homework. I got requests for permission to translate the video into 12 different languages. One of the coolest emails was along the lines of, I'm watching C-SPAN right now, and I think Senator so-and-so watched your video because he's making the exact same argument right now on the Senate floor. That's impact. On the personal side, I got recognized on the street. I was interviewed by media from around the world. I was flown around the world. I was offered a TV show. I got a book offer, which resulted in the book What's the Worst That Could Happen? A Rational Response to the Climate Change Debate, which I'm very proud of, and you can check out on Amazon if you want. So, 10 years on, after that tiny beginning of 158 people being given the link on a whiteboard, the most terrifying video you'll ever see has over 13 million views. The moral of this little story is, that's the power of online connections. That's the power of saying, pass it on. That's the power of the individual. You. I want to be clear here, because it sounds a little like I'm trying to toot my own horn. I'm not. What I'm trying to do is give you a feeling of the power that you personally have as an individual in a digitally connected world. Frankly, I'd rather not have the attention on me personally. What I want is a change in the public consciousness about how to think about climate change, because we sorely need it right now. And I think spreading the most terrifying video, along with the How It All Ends series, has a small but very realistic possibility of doing so. So, how do you spread the word? Obviously, you can email the link to the most terrifying video to your friends and family, or post on Facebook or Twitter or your blog or whatever newfangled social media thingy everyone is using at the moment. I'm kind of a social media dinosaur. I really don't know. Feel free to post it on your own channel, or modify it, or make your own version, or do a TED Talk based on it, whatever. It's yours. 10 years ago, when I posted it, I explicitly put it into the public domain, and I reaffirm that now. I just want the ideas to spread. But here's an even more powerful, yet totally easy strategy, using what I call multipliers. It comes with a story too. Half a year after I posted the most terrifying video, it got featured on Yahoo's homepage. So for about 24 hours, everyone who went to check their Yahoo email account saw a little blurb about the video, and as a result, over 50,000 people watched it that one day. And here's the wild thing to think about that. That action, putting that blurb on the Yahoo homepage, was probably the decision by a single person on the Yahoo team. That person is an example of a multiplier, someone whose position or connections or personality make them a hub of influence. Get the right person on board and you get more accomplished than all your other efforts combined. So consider lobbying multipliers, opinion makers and public figures, popular YouTubers or bloggers, journalists, lawmakers, authors, pundits, columnists, celebrities, executives, elected officials, talk show hosts, musicians, experts you see quoted in articles, producers, directors, athletes, anyone with a public audience. If you want even more suggestions on how to make a difference in the debate, view the video Operation Saturation Part 3 from my How It All Ends series. We don't need a big organization or a big budget to make a big difference. We just need 1 million people trying 1 million different things, and it can have a real impact on the debate. Will it be a big enough impact? Well, that, in part, depends on you and what you do next. Tag, you're it.